Hi all, I'm happy to be home from the wilds of Kentucky. We apologize a little for the quality of the video broadcast last week. The internet access at the hotel was, well, let's just say it wasn't the greatest. And there wasn't a whole lot I could do about it, but the show must go on even if, well, we had, I don't know, sound and video at very, very different rates. So it was interesting. It was fun. I think I much prefer having my technical staff there helping me. I think that's definitely true.
You have your mic?
I have my mic, yes.
I will get mine.
So they should be able to hear me, hopefully. I cannot see who we have here, so whatever. Okay, so that was our router falling down. So we'll see whether or not we remain connected. We should. All right. While that's going on, I'm going to reach over here and do things that I should have done beforehand but didn't get around to, which, chief of which is not opening that bottle, but opening this bottle. That's right. Don't worry, both will get opened this evening. So I received this text message from my wife while I was in Kentucky that was a picture of a shelf of rum that didn't belong to me. It was at a store that sells rum, and she said, "Do you need anything from this shelf?" And well, we ended up not getting anything from that shelf, but as it turns out, she decided she needed to go to several other liquor stores that day. And much later, there was a post on Facebook of, "I need to make sure that he will come home to me." And it showed off all of the various beverages that she had picked up from the liquor stores. And it was quite amazing in terms of everything that she found and added to the collection. And we are going to be drinking a fair amount of that this evening. Well, we will be tasting. We will not be putting a dent in the
New acquisition.
in the new acquisitions. This is one of the new acquisitions. This is Foursquare's Isonomy ex-bourbon cask. As with most Barbados rums, it is pot and column stilled. It was released in January of 2022 and rocks in at 58% alcohol by volume. So that's 116 proof. This is the 20th mark in their exceptional cask selection series. And this is by far the oldest of that series, as it comes in at 17 years old. Just opened the bottle, so this is going to be a little on the hot side, or a little on the harsh side. I usually like to give bottles at least a few minutes to breathe, but here we go with the Isonomy. Isonomy. Hey, you know what? That's a heavy bottle. I should not do that. Yeah, I'm still dealing with my shoulder, but I managed to get away with not injuring it while I was in Kentucky.
Re-injuring you.
Right, re-injuring it, doing something dastardly to
Yes.
it. So we should toast. What should we toast to? We should toast to happy birthday to my beloved wife.
Yesterday.
We should throw in other people.
Yeah.
Danielle Wolf.
My birthday twin.
And there are various other people that were born on your birthday that are famous or semi-famous. That are, I can't remember them offhand.
Einstein.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So, yeah.
She's working on getting the hair for the Einstein.
Yeah.
So here's to many more birthdays coming up. Here is also to the work trip to Kentucky.
It's over.
It's over. It is the last test event for this project. There will be field demonstrations, but this was the last test event. Oh, you can definitely tell this has been aged. There's so much wood on the nose here.
That is a little hot.
58%. Yeah, it's going to be a little hot. He's going to be hot.
Coming in hot.
This would be, well, it's also, like I said, it has not had a chance to open up.
Right.
We'll probably want to put a little water with this later. I don't think either of us are going to slam this back.
No. Oh. It helps if you turn on the power strip.
Speaking of Kentucky, if you are a fan of Kentucky bourbon, you should drink more Foursquare rum. This is really good and right in your flavor profile. I think you would really, really like that. It would be tasty. It is hot. I'm going to want to add a little bit of water to it after I give it a few minutes. But yeah, that is just really nice. Little heat right here, right there.
There we go.
Very nice heat. Yeah. All right, kind of like the heat in Kentucky, except that was not very nice and it was humid. But it was saved by pouring down rain suddenly out of the skies that the weather announcers had said would be clear. So I don't know what was going on. I don't know if they just send the B team of weather announcers or meteorologists to Kentucky, but every day they were just wrong. Just like not even in the ballpark. They were just off. So it made for a very interesting trip to Kentucky. But I'm back. It's all good. We all survived. At least I think so. I'm back to my home bar and not broadcasting from a hotel room, which I think you can tell I'm just a little more comfortable back here. So what are we going to do? We're going to do a few recipes that I think the wife will love, and we're going to drink some more of the rum that she bought. So the Insomni is here. The next up rum that we are going to try is the HSE VSOP. This is a rum agricole, which means it is produced in Martinique according to their AOC for rum agricoles, and it starts, the dividing line for this and most other rums is it starts with cane juice rather than molasses. So
we have some comments.
we have comments.
Yes.
Already?
Yeah.
What?
Ruth says, greetings, happy birthday, Star.
Yay.
Colleen, hello, happy birthday, Star.
I sense a theme.
I would like to say that you can have a Sunday off if you ever need to. Elizabeth, hello all, happy birthday,
I've only
Star.
taken one Sunday off from this broadcast since I started, and that was the day that Emo died. That was just, could not bring myself to do that. But
Amanda says, happy birthday, Star and Danielle. Good evening and good to see you all. Ruth, is the new tiki mask up yet?
it is not. The new tiki mask is right down there.
Yeah.
It is currently perched
I see it.
in a cat bed.
Trace says, happy birthday, Star. Beetlejuice may be going supernova soon.
I saw Beetlejuice fart. Yeah, the pictures were kind of impressive. Who was pointing out that Beetlejuice might be dying?
Trace McGee.
Where are we? We are going to taste the HSE Agricole because I'm going to use that in the next cocktail. The next cocktail is called the Abricot Vieux. It is made with an apricot liqueur and Agricole Vieux rum, meaning essentially an aged Agricole rum, a dash of Angostura, and a dash of orange bitters. That's it. That's all that goes into that particular cocktail. So you might have noticed there's no fruit juice, there's no syrup in there, so that goes in one of these mixing pints. And we are going to go ahead and start on that, assuming that the taste of this HSE isn't just overwhelmingly awful, which I just can't believe that it would be. I could also do with some water up here. Interesting. I gotta say, I'm not impressed with the nose offhand, but I think that may be the closed bottle. It's, what is that nose? Oh, well, A, it's very faint, but it may just be in comparison to the Insomni. It's isonomy. That's what it is.
I first saw it, I thought insomnia.
Oh no, that'll work just fine. That will work just fine. That'll do, pig. That'll do. There you go. A little HSE for you. That would be the Habitation Saint Etienne, which is not a distillery that I had an agricole from.
Huh?
So now I do.
So I was, well, and they're a blender,
Yes.
not a distiller, right?
HSC?
You're right.
No.
Sorry,
No,
I was confusing it with
Etienne.
a different.
Yeah.
I
No.
bought a few things.
She did. She
I
did.
was confusing it with another one we haven't tasted yet.
It's coming.
Okay. Yeah, I saw this and I went, I've never heard of that. So.
And that probably means he doesn't have it in his collection. She may not know what I have in my collection, but she has a pretty good memory for whether or not she's heard that word before. So this is a half ounce of an apricot liqueur, and here we're going with Gifford's. I really like Gifford. Maybe not as much as, say, Tempest Fugit, but Gifford has a slightly broader profile, line, and much better than using something like the De Kuypers. There was much discussion over the testing event about, as you might have guessed, bourbon and cocktail making, and basically De Kuyper was universally just panned. There are some things that you just can't get, or you're not worried about the quality, so you just go ahead and get De Kuyper, but that is not one of them. 2 ounces, so that was a half ounce of apricot liqueur, and now we're going to go 2 ounces of a rum Agricole Vieux. I don't know. I don't speak French. I speak rum, not French. Okay. Oh, you may have wanted to know what this clocks in at. 45%. So it's a little heftier than your usual 40 to 43, but nothing like the Sonomy. All right, so it's 2 ounces of that. 1 dash of Angostura, which is slightly problematic because I took the cap off of my Angostura. What I'm going to do is I've got my bottle of Angostura right here. And I'm just going to put my dasher cap back on it. I was cleaning out the dasher cap is what I was doing.
Okay. I
So
understand.
I have it here.
Yeah, I think the Angostura has all been designated for the.
So it's just 1 dash of Angostura.
Right.
There you go. 1 dash Angostura bitters, and then 1 dash of orange bitters. And we have some orange bitters right there. Yep, that's orange bitters. And this is Dash Fire's orange bitters.
Oh, okay.
So not the usual Angostura or Regan's, both of which I have in larger bottles up here. And I'm actually going to go a little more because these dashes are kind of small from the little bottles. All right, so there you go. That's it. That's all that goes in this. We are going to put some ice in here, and then we're going to stir this. So I'm going to reach in here, grab some ice cubes. Ice cubes straight out of the freezer. Those can go in there. I'm going to add one more big one right there. This can go here. Reach for a spoon. We'll use this one. No, we won't. We'll use this one because I'm wearing the right shirt for this. So this is the Cthulhu spoon, bar spoon. All right. This requires a coupe, and I should probably try and chill this coupe just a tad. So we're going to toss some crushed ice in that coupe. It's not going to chill it for very long, but that's okay. Not too worried about it. So we were at a new steak restaurant in Old Town last night, celebrating Star's birthday. And they haven't been open very long. They've been open like a few weeks.
Yeah.
Maybe. Oh, that's quite lovely. I think it needs a little more dilution. And I noticed that the bartenders were having a discussion of the best way to stir a cocktail. Not so much the best way. They weren't really concerned with the best way. They were more worried about how could they most quickly get it stirred and into someone's glass, which I found kind of amusing. I actually thought seriously about going back and talking to them about appropriate ways of stirring and how to do that, but I sort of chickened out because I was really feeling full by the end of the meal. And as much as I was going to try and chat them up and try and get one of the very cool rabbit hole bourbon or rabbit hole rye stirring spoons, I didn't. So there we go. This is the Abricot Vieux. And I need a peeler. I have a peeler. I have peelers. I know I do. What the heck? I'm just... Oh, there it is. Wow. Over here. My bar is... I don't know. I'm still trying to get used to the new setup on the bar, quite obviously. Okay, so we just want to take a little expressed orange peel right over the top, just like that. And then you can just wipe this around the glass. Ta-da, that goes away. And there you have it, the Abricot Vieux. This is from Smuggler's Cove. So I believe this is a Martin Kate original. So we're going to give this a quick taste. The apricot should come very forward here. This is a more... This doesn't come across as a tiki cocktail. This comes across more as a sit-down, speakeasy-ish kind of cocktail to me. The apricot is really not overpowering, but it lingers. Like, as I'm sitting here, I'm just tasting mild notes of apricot and a little bit of some weird sugar notes on the end. I can't place that. It's not a bad sugar note, like a jelly bean or something like that. She's not happy.
That's not my wheelhouse.
This is
It's a little more alcohol-forward type of speakeasy cocktail that you tend to enjoy more than I do.
Right.
It was a blessing to find the sidecar because that is one of the traditional
speakeasy-ish
speakeasy
drinks
type
that she
drinks
likes.
that I like.
But you like your drinks less booze forward and more sweet than I do.
Yes, I do. I do. So you get a cocktail for a change.
What would this do? Secret ingredient, right? Could have made it a lot worse. May have. That's an interesting note added to it. I think it pulls it further out of her wheelhouse and more into mine.
Yep.
That's a single drop of absinthe, is what that is, added to that drink. And we're going to set this over here, and we're going to put the light on it. There you go. Pretty, pretty drink. Right? Yep, pretty drink. Okay, so that one's not to our liking. So we'll have to come up with something different. This recipe actually calls for Bundaberg guava soda. We actually really like the Bundaberg guava soda. It can be a little tricky to find it sometimes, but yeah. All right. So this drink starts in a Collins glass. So we are going to cheat, and we're going to go with our really pretty kitty glasses that we got from
Horror and Clay.
Horror and Clay. Yes, that's right. From a mug crate, right? Or something
We
similar.
got one in a mug crate, and then we bought the
Then
other
we
one.
bought the other one because we really, really liked them. Okay, so I'm going to turn this
And
upside
if you
down.
want to join us in Hawaii,
In Hulele?
yep, in January, and
Yeah, so next January they're doing the next incarnation of the In Hulele
in Atlanta.
in Atlanta. In Hulele being a tiki convention.
And tickets go on sale tomorrow at noon.
So, if you want to do that, you should probably, sign up for tickets. 3 ounces of the Bundaberg guava soda go in the bottom of this glass. So we're going to pour kind of slowly. Let some of the foam die down. Okay, so there's 2 ounces And then here's the third ounce. I can tell I am still dehydrated from both Kentucky and then drinking with my sweetie last night. Because the little that I have had to drink so far is already kind of like smacking me around a bit. So I'm a real lightweight tonight. Okay, so that's how we start. Next up is we're going to grab a shaker tin. We're going to add 1.5 ounces of pineapple juice to this. I think Star has probably finished all the fresh pineapple juice from the party. Maybe not, but it is no longer fresh, so the canned is probably actually better at this point. So there's 3/4, and there's 3/4, so that's 1.5 ounces, and a can of pineapple juice for her, because she really likes that. Next up, we need 3/4 ounce of lime juice. Oh, there's orange juice right there. So we have lime juice here. Freshly squeezed, of course, 3/4 ounce. No. And then 1 ounce of Star's favorite ingredient, in all probability, coconut cream. So full ounce here.
Amanda Albert will be ready to purchase her tickets tomorrow.
Oh, this is going to get all over everything. Okay. Plop. Right there. Look at that. There's 1 ounce coconut cream. And then finally the alcohol. Only 1.5 ounces of alcohol go in this drink. And because of that, you're going to want to reach for an overproof of some sort. I thought I had a bottle of OFTD up here, but I do not. I don't. I do not have a bottle of OFTD. So what do I want to do? Let's do this. Let's grab a bottle of the Smith & Cross. We're going to go 3/4 ounce of the Smith & Cross. So this is Jamaican. No, I don't want to do it entirely Jamaican. So there's 3/4. And then we need 3/4 of something else. Let's go with the Demerara, and we want to keep the proof up, so we're going to go for the Hamilton 151. There's a lot of other stuff in here, and we need, if we're only going to put 1.5 ounces of alcohol in here, we really need to keep the proof of those alcohols up. So there's that. I'm going to stick this in here just to turn it around a little bit and try and get some more of that coconut cream off the shot. Yeah, so the heck is this thing called? Jigger. Blah. And I've got to work tomorrow. Isn't that going to be fun? Woohoo. Okay, so there we go. Ta-da. This is the Lani Volcano number 2. Starting with the base of that guava syrup, we're going to add some cubes and a little crushed ice. And then we're going to shake this. Seems pretty good. Sure that's going to work out just fine for us. We are going to strain this into the glass, so I need a Hawthorne strainer. Come here. There we go. Look at that pink frothy color. Can a color be frothy? I don't know. The drink is frothy. So it mixes with the guava, which is bright pink. This becomes more of a creamy pink color. That goes over here. And now we're just going to fill this up with a little more crushed ice. Stick straw in this. So I'm thinking that what we ought to do is a straw from Surfside Sips. That seems like a valid plan.
Yeah.
Do you have a preference, dear wife?
I do not tonight.
No preference. Okay. Well, we're gonna go with this. We're gonna go with this pinkish purple bamboo glass straw because I think it will go with the color just fine. And probably, what do you think? A cherry?
Yeah.
I think a Luxardo cherry will go well with this. So I need a pick or two. I want a little bit taller pick because it needs to go in all the way in there, and this is a pretty tall glass. There we go. That'll work just fine. Reach over, grab the tweezers. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, dude, you're letting that drink dilute with all that crushed ice in there. It's going to be watery and nasty. I have found that more often than not, making these drinks, that they benefit from having a couple of moments of sitting before you serve them. So we're going to give that a try. Yum. Put that over here. And then we're going to taste our Lani Volcano. I am going to give this a bit of a stir. If I want any more of this, I should drink it now, because my guess is that this is not going to be in my future for much longer. Although, you know, she's not jumping right up here. So, oh, by the way, Surfside Sips, they make these great straws. They're made out of glass, so they're reusable. They're very easy to clean. In fact, I believe they're actually dishwasher safe. And if you want straws from Surfside Sips, you can go to their webpage, surfsidesips.com, and use the promo code LOVECRAFT, LOVECRAFT, and get 20% off your order, which would be a great thing. I'm going to say bye-bye to that drink. Oh, it's really good. Isn't that really good?
That's much more my
That's totally her style of cocktail. Yep. Cheers to different styles of cocktails.
Yeah.
I should drink some.
Neither is right, neither is wrong. Just know what you like and drink what you like. No.
Drink what you like, but know what you're drinking.
There we go.
Yes.
There's the comment.
Okay, what else do we have here? She went on a buying spree, so we've got all sorts of things to be sipping. And, well, I've got the Agricot and I've got the Foursquare sitting here. So let me take another sip of the Foursquare. That is very oaky. I swear I could put this into a lineup with bourbons and you wouldn't be able to tell that this was a rum. But we will go to something completely different, utterly different. So we had friends that bought us this Haitian rum, the clear version, the unaged version of this, and I forget the first bottle is like Anzange. Zange is the Creole word for angel. So this is Akzange, and Akzange means with angels. So this is a reference to the angel share that goes away, which is the evaporated share from a keg or barrel, referring to the fact that this, of course, has been aged. So we're going to take a knife. We're going to break the wax seal on this. And the Haitian rums are a bit on the different side, would you say, hon?
Yes.
They aren't quite clarin in their nature, but they are definitely a different breed of rum. And so we are going to try this. Yeah, see, when you pop open the bottle the first time, you're not getting a lot of those aromatic compounds coming through. And unfortunately, because I have 2 sticks of incense going here, I'm also missing a little bit because it's being overpowered by the incense.
Who is that quote from? Is that Richard Seal?
That is, yes, it's Richard Seal from Foursquare.
Okay.
It's either that or Ed Hamilton, but I think it's Richard Seal. Drink what you like, but know what you're drinking. So this was in response to a lot of people kind of being jerks about what was going into their rum, and no rum could possibly be any good if there's any added sugars added to it, that sort of thing. And Richard's issue is not so much what's in the rum or how the rum is made. The issue is whether or not you're transparent about it on the bottle. So he takes issue with bottlers and distillers that aren't honest about what is in their bottle. But, you know, it's sort of the Wild West in terms of what you want to do with your bottles. So this is hers, right? Yes, this is her Oxange, and this is my Oxange. That's not the Oxange, that's water. All right, so the palate is cleansed. We're now going to reach over for the Oxange and try this. Okay, nose is already opened up a little bit. I might be crazy, but I get a little marshmallow on the nose of this. That's weird. Like that marshmallow honey we had that one time, or mallow honey that we had that one time.
That's definitely Haitian. It's like a smoothed out Haitian.
Well, that would be what the aging
Aging
process
does, right?
would do it. It does not smell like rot gut.
Mm-mm.
Initial note is very sweet. Not very sweet, but there's an initial note of sweetness up front.
Mm-hmm.
Middle palate, there's all sorts of flavors there. There's almost a little butterscotchy note to it. I don't get anything on the back palate. It's all middle and front, which is kind of strange. I don't get any, going down the throat.
Yeah.
What is the proof on this? This is 43%, so it's right in line with most rums. I would not be at all sad to be sitting around sipping that. Maybe put it on a rock.
Yeah.
And that would be quite tasty. Quite tasty. Okay, so we got 2 cocktails done and 3 rums tasted. So, well, I could just move on to the next cocktail. Or we could do other things. So, Star, if you would, never mind. I will walk away from screen for just a moment. Because while I was gone, we got mail. We got 2 packages from the House of Taboo. One of those packages inducted us into their secret order. And so Star and I are the lowest of the secret order, and we got these groovy little pins. The symbol for the order is the smoking baboon with a fez. So he'll go here, and this tells you that we are the lowest order of the fraternal order, with the not quite all-seeing eye. It says, "Ask us. After 2 drinks, we know it all." And since I've already had the equivalent of probably 2 drinks, I probably don't know it all. That's probably very, very true. But what was in the other package? Okay, so that was the first package. Second package is, again, from the House of Taboo. And this should be the next issue in the quarterly magazine that we signed up for. So let's take a look. Look at this. This is Exotica Moderne. This is issue 16. So it comes in a nice mailer, which is now going in the trash. It is also sealed in plastic, so nothing will happen to it. Look at this, the back. There's a full page ad on the back. It just says "Got Tiki," like the old "Got Milk" ads. Guess what it's for? It's for Tonga Hut in San Francisco. Because you just can't do tiki without doing the Tonga Hut at some point in your life. All right, so if we open this up, I can show you some of the nifty stuff that goes on in here. So cover art is almost always just awesome. And their departments, so they've got a moving in stereo. So the moving in stereo is basically tiki surf music that is coming out. There's a private oasis. So this talks about an event that has occurred over the last quarter year. Tiki Time Machine takes you back in history. Tiki with Ray. Ray is one of the editors, and he just talks about stuff. It's who's carrying on the torch, so who's doing stuff these days. Some odd tidbits, and then cocktail recipes and that sort of thing. And then there are always these special articles in here. So I mean, this is professionally done. This is a full color magazine. The exotic visuals of Nick Elam. And see, here's some of Nick Elam's artwork. Yeah, so I mean, there's a exotic libation menu done by him. So yeah, this is just really cool stuff. Oceanic Arts. So Oceanic Arts was probably the biggest dealer of tiki materials and ephemera, and if you wanted something, they could get it for you, and usually historically either accurate or actual historical pieces. So yeah, they unfortunately went out of business this year. They didn't go out of business, they retired. And so we are mourning the end of Oceanic Arts. So that's Exotica Moderne. Very nice magazine. I look forward to getting it every quarter, and I just have not had the time to sit down since I've been back from Kentucky. No, I didn't bring back any bourbon. Y'all might be sitting back there going, what? You who wax poetic about rums on a weekly basis and all these differentiations, why didn't you come back with some cool bourbons? For all I know about rum, I know next to nothing about bourbons and different types of bourbon. In fact, I would be very hard-pressed to know the difference between something that I can get here at a local Virginia ABC store and something that I can only get at a distillery or only get in Kentucky. So as a consequence, rather than deal with going out and looking through bourbon bottles and having to go through this searching process, I just look, I know that there's like 6 or 8 rum bottles waiting for me when I go home. I don't need to add some more bourbon to that. That said, there are a couple of brands that maybe crossed the palate while we were gone, and that they were quite tasty. But I don't know if I can get them here. I don't know if I can't get them here. I just don't know. Whereas with rums, I know what I can get. I know where I can get it, and that sort of thing. I think that gets better as it warms up. Maybe the HSE just needed time to open.
That could be.
Because that's a lot less alcohol forward than it was previously. Okay, so what have we done? We've done 3 tastings, 2 cocktails, looked at the Taboo magazine. Should I mention the fact that my birthday, did we do these?
No, because you ran away to Kentucky.
Because I ran away. So I had my birthday, and then I ran away to Kentucky. So I can't show you the fact that we went to one of our favorite bars, or probably our favorite bar in Old Town, People's Drug, for a birthday celebration.
I surprised you.
She surprised me. She had me quasi-blindfolded in the car and walked me out on the street sidewalk over to People's Drug. I had no idea where we were until pretty much we opened the door, and then I kind of had a sense and looked up, and there were, in fact, a whole bunch of friends, and there was much drinking and that sort of thing. But I got a pair of these great, awesome, lined copper tiki mugs with the little pineapple tiki mugs as gifts for holding the birthday celebration there. So that was just a total fun. That was a total fun. I are bad at Ingles. Yeah. Grr. I also found out something unusual about myself. While talking with the team while we were in Kentucky, we got onto the subject of words or phrases that are distinctive coming from the various members of the team. And apparently, I have a habit of saying, yea, verily, that they think is very distinctive to me. Nobody else says yea, verily in the workplace. So that has become the signature line for me is apparently yea, verily. So I found that to be very interesting. And now I'm really self-conscious about saying yea, verily. So we'll see how that goes at work from this point on. Mettens, I think, was fair. Yeah, Metten uses fair a lot, which is basically his way of saying, yeah, I completely disagree with you, but I can kind of see your point. So, fair, yeah. You're an asshole, but fair, yeah. Okay. What else have we got? So we've got a Foursquare that will rival just about any bourbon that you want to put it up against. No, yeah, that's the Foursquare. The HSC Agricot, which has gotten much better as it's been open. The Akzanj Haitian rum, which the aging has really knocked out some of the harsher notes of that Haitian rum. And I gotta say, I think I really like this one significantly better. The butterscotch notes in this come through.
Amanda
As
says
it sits.
never stop saying that.
Never stop saying yea, verily.
Yeah.
The fans have spoken, so yea, verily. There we go. So we should drink another rum, right? We should have a sip of another rum.
Okay.
Star's like, what? You were the one that bought the rums, hon. So we have 3 more rums. We have a Jamaican. We have the Lily White Old Rum from Mauritius, which is in the Indian Ocean off the coast of Africa. And we have much more local than that, the Cotton and Reed Coconut Rum. So what do you want? Is your birthday weekend
We should go with the Jamaican next.
She wants the Jamaican next. This is Papaline, a tropical dependent bottler.
Right. That's the one I thought you were talking about. That's the bottler.
A blend of 2 Jamaican rums, completely aged in their respective distilleries, and I think it's Worthy Park and Hamden, right? That are the distilleries that are involved here. Is the the air conditioning is not on. That's right. We turned off the air conditioning. Like, why am I melting here? Usually I'm not melting this badly, but tonight I am. And yes, I know the rule is always open the bottle before the show, but you saw where we were on the show. We were totally not ready to start this thing. And you've noticed that even further as we go on, and I have to keep asking my wife for things because I didn't prep them properly. Yeah, I'm trying to take the foil off of the cap, and that's not working. All right, there we go. You got that? It's all set? Ah, there.
So this one, I was at Ace buying one of the 2 bottles of the Foursquare, of the bottle of 6, or the case of 6. 2 bottles were sold before
That's the Isonomy. So the Isonomy, a third of their shipment was sold before they got the case entirely opened.
Yeah.
'Cause-
so the other guy had walked in, and I guess he'd been coming on a regular basis going, is
Got
it in yet?
Is it in yet? Is it in yet? You got it? Is it in yet?
So
Perfect timing, by the
I
way.
had pulled this one off the shelf and looked at it and gone, maybe. And then he went, oh, you've got the Pampian
The Papaline?
Papaline.
Papaline? Papaline?
Let me have that. And I said, what is this? And he said, this is all over the Tiki Reddits, or the rum Reddits. It is...
Original vatted rum, 7 years old, only pot still. So they age it at their own distilleries, and then it is blended
Right.
together to make this.
And it is supposedly well worth having. And, I mean, it's not cheap rum, but of the high-end rums, it is not the most expensive.
No, that would be the Foursquare that we've already
Right.
taken a taste of. So, Jamaica is Jamaica makes funky rums. They just do. And it's so funky that the word dunder, to describe the dunder pits. So after you make a pot still and you're cleaning it out, there's some detritus and stuff that's left over in the bottom. And some of that goes back into the mash for the next pot. But most often it's tossed out in a big pit. And the Jamaicans let that just sit out in the heat and humidity and ferment. And then they'll add some of that back in to the next pot still that they brew. And so that the dunder gives it a very, very distinctive flavor, so much so that we named one of our 2 cats after dunder pits. So everybody says, oh, you named your cats Dunder and Mifflin. And we're like, no, why would we do that? We named one after dunder pits and one after Dourley's rum, which is produced out of Barbados by Foursquare. Why would we name them Dunder Mifflin when we're rum drinkers? All right, so we're going to try the Papaline 7-year. So this would confuse me if I didn't know if I didn't know it was a blend of Hamden and Worthy Park.
You would try and figure out which one it is.
I would be trying to figure out which one it is, and it's kind of bouncing back and forth. I'm like, I just can't tell. Although I think the Worthy Park nose is a little more prevalent than the Hamden. Oh, I didn't check the, that's really...
It's in front of you.
Right. 47%. So a little ways up there, but not in the overproof range. Certainly not cast strength. There's something so distinctive about the smell of that Jamaican that I don't get off of like the Smith & Cross. The Smith & Cross has a reputation for being very funky. I actually don't find the Smith & Cross to be nearly as funky as, well, most of the Jamaicans I have on the shelf. That probably says more about my collection of Jamaicans than it does about the funkiness or lack thereof of Smith & Cross.
Yeah, I think so.
Wow, is that complex. I am hard pressed to put names to those flavors, though. There's no doubt that's a pot still.
Yeah?
I would set these in front of me and easily I would pick out the Jamaican, not a problem. Solidly pot still. It's got that funky note to it that even after a moment or two is still there, lingering in your mouth. There's almost a smoky, it's not like a burning sensation, but like after you've walked through like a burning field or there's been burning in the field and you get to an area where there's like clear air and you breathe in and you just have that hint of that residual smoke. I get that off of this. But it's not like wood smoke. It's plant smoke. It's like I don't know, like bamboo or sugarcane or something like that being burned. Definitely sweet on the as an initial flavor. All over the front of the tongue, definitely sweet. Starts to move toward the mid-range of the tongue. Still has that sweet characteristic to it, but the flavor morphs as it moves backwards. There's a little hint on the back tongue, almost tobacco-ish. Yeah, it reminds me a little bit of the same undernote of flavor that you get from the Marie Laveau tobacco bitters. Yeah, I'm a big fan of that. That is a nice combination of two of the best distillers in Jamaica. That is well done. And wow, okay, I got 5 minutes to make this drink. Oh shoot. So
we have another comment on your vocabulary. Trace says you at least used to refer to people as individuals. quite often.
Hmm.
It was really cool.
Now we're just all sheep. The individuals are all gone. We're all sheep. No. Individuals. Huh. I'll have to think about that. I don't know where I would have developed that. I also was told, somebody said, wow, you have a very distinctive accent. I went, accent? I'm from California, from the Central Valley. We don't do the accent thing. Southern California, Southern Valley, yeah, you get like the total Valley Girl sound, but we don't do that. They said it's not so much an accent as an almost lyrical cadence to the way you speak. It's just like, oh, I'm writing that one down. You're like, oh, we'll just stick that in the back pocket. I don't know what they meant by that, but it certainly sounded really nice. So I'm going to keep that. This drink we are going to do a flash blend. So these guys are going to go away. I can go in here. We need a blender tin. We need 3/4 ounce of lime juice. Yeesh. That's what I dislike about coconut cream. I really like what it does to the flavor in cocktails, but I look at my jigger and go, whoa, what is that? All right. How we doing? Is this episode much better than the one from the hotel room? Or was that one just so comically funny that it was...
There is that.
Or comically tragic that it was funny? I don't know. Anyway, so 3/4 ounce lime juice. I should do what I usually do, put my syrups in first. So what we have here is some spice syrup going in there. So I need, 1/4 ounce of the spice syrup. In fact, the way this recipe is written up is it doesn't actually ask for spice syrup. It asks for Dawn's mix. And Dawn's mix is 2 parts of grapefruit juice to 1 part of cinnamon syrup or spiced syrup. This only has 1/2 ounce, so I'm going to have to go here for 1/4 ounce. And there's a bottle of grapefruit juice in the back fridge on the top right-hand shelf that I neglected to get out. I got my steps this week being out in Kentucky, so apparently I feel the need to exercise my wife. I love you. Uh-oh, she didn't say I love you back. She might not at this point. Okay, so spice syrup. We are also going to do... We're going to go with the kaffir lime syrup, which I know I brought down. I know I did. So we need 1/2 ounce of that. So we've got 2 to 1 on the grapefruit to spice syrup. So that's the Dawn's mix. That's 3/4 ounce of Dawn's mix right there. I am stumped. So not there, not there. That's not it. That's not it. That's not it. That's the pineapple oleo. That's weird.
You notice he's going back for it himself.
Hey, if I don't know where it is, I'm not going to send her back for it. There it is. Ta-da. Yeah, if I can't remember where it is, it's probably not a good idea to send her back after it. Okay, that didn't take too long, right? So usually for this cocktail, instead of the kaffir lime syrup or kaffir lime leaf syrup, they use honey mix for this. And by they, I mean Jason Alexander, who is the person that wrote this cocktail down for Minimalist Tiki. Jason Alexander has 2 tiki bars, both that are vaguely Cthulhu or Lovecraft themed. Of course they're on the West Coast, and of course we haven't been to either one yet. Yet. We're going to go 1/2 ounce instead of honey syrup of the kaffir lime syrup. And this is my own twist on this, because while the honey gives it a little bit deeper note, I wanted the just that funkiness of the kaffir lime that brings that Thailand Thai food kind of flavor and scent to this. I thought it would go really, really well with a drink called the Arkham Kula. Okay, now 3/4 of an ounce of lime juice. 3/4 of an ounce. Oh, wow. Three-quarters of an ounce. I would love to tell you how the testing event went. I can't. Never mind. Said nothing. All right, 3/4 of an ounce of that. 3/4 of an ounce of orange juice, which you saw my sweetie squeezing right behind me. So there we go. Here is 3/4 of an ounce. Right, like that, of orange juice. But we're not done. There's more juice coming your way. So we have a 1/2 ounce of passion fruit syrup, which I happen to know that Star likes passion fruit syrup. It's one of the key ingredients in the Saturn, and she likes Saturns. So we're going to go with that. This is a 1/2 ounce of the passion fruit syrup. There we go. Ta-da! Now then, we need alcohol in this. And the first thing it calls for is 1.5 ounces of an aged Jamaican rum. This is part of the reason why we sip the alcohols, right? Would I normally take a bottle this expensive and make a cocktail like this? No. But my wife only has a birthday once a year, and she deserves it, so we're going to give her that. Okay, next up, we need another rum. We need a 1/2 ounce of something relatively high proof. I don't want to do another Jamaican, because I think that will just confuse the issue here. So, dear heart,
Yes.
on the rum shelf, I think second shelf down from the top on the left, I believe is a Denizen 100.
Yep.
Look at this. I know where my rum is. We want that. So the Denizen 8 is considered by many to be the blend of choice for making a Mai Tai if you're not going to blend your own. And we saw the Denizen 100 proof and said, well, the Denizen 8 was darn good, so much so that we have a second bottle. So let's try the Denizen 100. So vatted dark rum, 100 proof, full body blend. Blend of 80% dark rum from Guyana and 20% rum Agricot from Martinique. Wooden vat, wooden vat and French Seville stills. This seems like it'll go just fine with what we just had. So, 1/2 ounce. We wanted the 100 proof to stand up to the Jamaican, otherwise it'll just get lost. You know, if I went with a Bacardi, even a Bacardi 151 would probably just disappear in a flavor profile to this. Okay, so there we go. What we want now is some crushed ice and flash blend this. So we grab our scoop, and we're actually going to throw a couple of bigger chunks in here. Trick I picked up from Martin Kate. Throw a chunk or two of ice in there of larger size, and it helps agitate things around a little better. So there we go. Flash blend. We're going to hope this is all plugged in and working. Ready? 5 seconds about. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005. So that should be it. Should be all done, ready to go. I'm going to let that sit and drain into there. This gets served in a zombie glass. Do you want the other Kit Kat glass, or would you like one of the other zombie glasses?
Not the other Kit Kat.
The other Kit Kat. All right. Horror and Clay did 2 of these. We got one, then we got the other. All right. So this is just going to go straight in this glass. Just like it was made for it, baby. Look at that. Yes, indeed. This should be garnished with mint. And yes, we have mint in the house. but the
I'm not going upstairs.
we're
to
not
get it.
going upstairs to get it. And the mint that I had downstairs,
No.
it was old before the party started, and it didn't make it. Oh! Show off Dorley.
Okay. This is our cat, Dorley.
She is named after rum.
She is named after rum. She is named after a Foursquare one. She has a white tip on her tail. So if you're ever over here, Dorley has the white tip on her tail. Dunder does not. That's the easy way to tell them apart.
Oi.
Yeah. And she is very glad that Pooch is home because she is very much his cat. And she missed him a lot. I'll let you down now, girl. I don't know what he's gone to get. So I can do this. One of the things that I did while he was gone, and you'll be able to see it behind me, is Alexa, Tiki time off. Alexa, Tiki time on. So yeah, the starlight, the keg lights, the lava lamp, there's a light over there, the Cthulhu painting, all of that is now added to connections and, oh, he's hiding things from me now.
What a nice red straw. Yeah,
Okay.
that'll work. All right, see? I'm going to step on your toes.
Okay.
She's
Oh,
not going to scream.
You got me an orchid.
I got you an orchid and some kaffir lime leaves, because those are back there. So you're going
Ah.
to stick your nose in that and take a sip. And here we go. This is the Arkham Cooler made with the kaffir lime syrup instead of the honey syrup.
Well, that's nice and refreshing.
Is it?
Yeah, you want to taste of that?
Very not Cthulhu-like.
No, no.
Rats. Jason Alexander, you do good work.
Yeah.
I think the addition of the kaffir lime syrup, though, the lime leaf syrup, instead of the honey syrup, it tastes almost like there's honey in it, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
it does.
But there isn't. There's no honey in this.
Yeah,
That's pretty freaking tasty.
it
Yep.
is.
And we have pineapple juice and orange juice and guava and a bunch of rum and all sorts of things. So we will have to clean up tonight and get smashed, apparently doing that. Oh, big shout out to Huey and Kathy, who asked us to come out with them last night to help celebrate Star's birthday and to have them celebrate actually getting food for Kathy, who was starving. And we went to Barca on the pier, and it was fine. They were a little in the weeds when we got there at 10 o'clock, which is not when you
expect to be in the
expect
weeds.
to be in the weeds, but they were. They tried to cover for that. They were okay. It was a gorgeous night, though, to be sitting on the docks, munching a little tapas, drinking a few cocktails, and eating some decadent cake product, chocolate thing.
Yeah.
For the second dessert round of the day,
Yeah.
because we, of course, had gone to Prime for Prime 1722 or what?
Yeah, $17.99, I think.
Yeah, whatever.
New
Whatever.
place in Old Town where
17.92.
Restaurant Eve used
It's not
to be.
1792 because that's the bourbon. So
Right.
yeah, or the whiskey.
So Elizabeth says, no,
No.
my device
Device.
is now telling me that she doesn't have a light with that name.
Well, there is that. I mean, wouldn't you be scared though if Star started speaking into the microphone and your lights started turning on and off? I mean, it seems like witchcraft to me.
$17.99 Prime.
$17.99 Prime. Yes. That's the name of the new steak place. It's in the spot where the old Restaurant Eve used to
Yeah.
be. And they just did their soft open a couple of weeks ago. They're brand new. They're doing their best. It is very loud in there, though. They got to do something about the loudness. But we still had a good time. Here's to Holly and Peter and Hazel and Barbara who joined us for dinner, and Huey and Kathy that drug us
out
back
afterwards.
drug us back out after we had gone home. Yeah, so there we go. We have done 4 of the 6 rums that Star bought while I was gone. We've done 3 cocktails, and the final cocktail actually used the expensive Papaline Star also went garage sailing for her birthday because she loves doing garage sailing. And look at what we got. We got a mask. We got a mask. Ooga booga ooh. No, okay. So there's the little mask, right? Once again, there's a little problem with scale. So she put this in a photo and sent it to me and said, "Hey, do we need this?" And they were charging under $10 for it, and I was like, because I thought it was like, well, this is what I thought it was. I thought it was about this size, and thought it was just one of these little wooden tiki guys, and I was like, don't pay any more for than like $5-7 for it. Turns out that's not it. It was a great big mask, and so now we have a great big mask. So that's cool. That's very nice. So that will go up on a wall. Apparently, the previous owner who had passed away was a bit of a tiki neat.
No, it didn't pass away. They were just
They're
moving or
just
something.
moving or something. So, well, they're getting rid of some of the, what did I say earlier, ephemera. And I guess that guy was hanging in their bar for a long time, and to the point where she was a little like, oh, I don't know if I want to part with him. And then Star showed him our bar, and she went, oh, he's going to a good home.
Yeah.
And it was suddenly ours. So Star had a great time on her birthday. I should not speak for her. Star, did you have a good time on your birthday?
I did have a good time.
You
on
can
my
say no. That's not a problem.
I did.
All right?
I did.
Okay. She had a good time. Hopefully the people that were with us had a good time. We also took naps in the afternoon, which was really nice.
Tub and nap.
Tub and nap in the afternoon. Life, so decadent lifestyle. I was exhausted though. I had gotten back from Kentucky on Friday, got home, had food, got home, and promptly curled up and went to sleep for like 3 hours.
Right. Got up, had more food, and went back to sleep.
And went back to sleep. Yeah. Friday was weird. So we are running over. Oh my goodness, by about 15 minutes. And I will just say that part of the reason we were running late this evening was we caught the first episode of Sandman. And I don't know if Star liked it, but I liked it. And, I'm definitely hooked, and we'll be watching the rest of the series. So here's to that. And please, no spoilers posted about Sandman. Otherwise, I may have to hurt you. Or ban you from watching my cocktail broadcast. How's that? Oh, how's that as a threat? Anyway, love you all. Drink well. Don't drink out of wells? No, that doesn't work either. Just drink well, and we'll talk to you next week. We'll do this again. More tiki cocktails, more non-tiki cocktails, and maybe we'll even get through the rest of the rum that Star bought. Talk to you later. End live broadcast.